Hello everyone, it's Annie, and today I'm going to talk about tropes I dislike in books. So, I have many opinions, some of which you may disagree with, so prepare yourself, but here we go. The first trope I don't like, which I've heard some people say that they also don't like, is books about celebrities. I just don't care. I really don't care about the hardships that they have in their lives because they're rich, so who cares? So I don't care. I don't at all. So that is one problem with the book Station 11 that I recently read. I know that it is about a pandemic and like a dystopian world, which I was excited to read about, but a lot of the characters in the book were former celebrities. And a lot of the book is just flashbacks of their lives, which was really boring and uninteresting to me. So there you go. That's a reason why I didn't like that book. And we have another kind of similar trope, but it's more specific. It is magicians. I don't like reading about magicians. I realized this after reading The Immortalists, which I kind of feel bad about because I liked the rest of the book. I gave it 3 stars. I did enjoy the book, but I just didn't like the aspect of the magician character at all. That actually took a whole star away from the book for me. And because of my dislike for magicians, I am a little nervous about The Chosen and the Beautiful by Nival. At the time of filming this, I haven't read it yet. It actually hasn't been released yet. And I am nervous because I know that the main character, Jordan, is kind of a magician, and I don't know how big a part her magic tricks play in this book. But I don't know why. I just don't like to read about them. I just think they're campy and not interesting. So I really hope, Niva is a great writer, so I hope that is, good enough to help me enjoy this book, despite having a magician main character. Here's a trope that I think a lot of people would agree with. I don't like any book that has cheating as an element in it, because immediately if a character cheats on another character, I hate them, and they're irredeemable in my eyes. So that is kind of a struggle when I try to read domestic thrillers, because almost all of them have cheating as a part of the conflict. It's like, just get divorced. Just stop with this idiocy. Just deal with your problems in an adult way and stop being an idiot. I don't know, but The Girl on the Train involved a lot of that stuff. And the woman in the window, all these girls and women's and things, I don't know. They have cheating as a conflict there, and it takes away a lot of my enjoyment. And it's not just in these thrillers, it's in any book. So if there's a romance book that has cheating in it, immediately not my jam. If there's any book that has cheating in it, no, I don't like it. So please warn me. If you recommend a book to me and it has cheating, please tell me why I should read it, because that will significantly decrease my enjoyment of a book. And now we have a trope that a lot of people may be upset about, but I don't like books with vampires. Sorry. And it's such a shame because there's so many of them, and so many of them get so much hype, and they sound good, but I just don't like vampires. They are really just not my favorite paranormal creature at all. I just can't deal with them. I think they're silly, and I can't take them seriously. Unless a book completely transforms a vampire and totally has a really interesting twist about it and does it in such a different way, then I might read it, but no, I don't like vampires. An example of how it detracts from a book would be Alatsue. I know a lot of people love this book, gave it 5 stars. I gave it 3 stars. It had a lot of great aspects about it, but one of her friends is a vampire, And there's like really no reason for it either. It's just there to like, I guess, kind of add to the magic of the world. But that was one aspect of the book that I just didn't like. And it felt unnecessary. And again, I think vampires are the campiest of paranormal creatures. Like, I just don't want to read about vampires. And it's such a shame because there are a few books coming out that sound really cool, that have vampires as the main premise of them, and I just don't think I'm gonna like them. So that's sad. But more for you guys, I suppose. More vampire books for you. And then we have another trope that's common in domestic thrillers, which is having the narrator be unreliable because she is an alcoholic woman. This is very present in The Woman in the Window, and I just am tired of it. Stop. Stop. It's often written by men, which, please stop. By the way, I know that the author of this book has something happening, like, controversial. I don't actually know what it is, but I didn't like this book, so I'm not recommending it, so just keep that in mind. And I just stop. Just making her an alcoholic to be unreliable is such a cop-out. It's really cheap, and I feel like it's not a mark of a good author. Like, if you're a good author with a good idea, it's gotta be better than that. I mean, come on, just try a little harder, please. And then next, this may also upset some people. I don't generally reach for books that are Tolkien-esque fantasies. Let me put a disclaimer. I love everything Tolkien wrote. Love Middle-earth. Love the elves. Love the whole world. Love it. Love Lord of the Rings. But anything that was written after that in the same vein, like any book that has a synopsis where, you know, it's a royal fantasy with like a king trying to gain back his throne or something, or any fantasy book that has elves or dwarves or, you know, anything like that, that is just, even if it's not a copy of Tolkien, I just immediately have like this visceral reaction when I read a synopsis like that makes me not want to read it. And it's a shame because I know there are a lot of them out there that are genuinely really, really good. But I just don't want to read them. And it's sad because I think it's hard to weed out the ones that are actually good and unique and not just copies of Tolkien. But then some are just bad. And it's really hard to tell by just the synopsis because a lot of the synopses are the same. So that's why you don't see me reading many high fantasy books, I guess they're called, on this channel. And the last trope is not really something that I dislike, but it's something that I tend to not read because it's overdone. And that is World War II historical fiction. So this is very oversaturated. There are so many books about World War II, and I've read a lot of them. One that is really good is called the Gustav Sonata, I believe it's called. The cover will be up here. I really like this. It's about a gay relationship, but you know, what can you do? That's what I like, so you know what? Don't judge me. But it was a really nice novel, and it just, yeah, it has to be something really unique and different for me to pick up a World War II historical fiction book. You know, I would rather read a historical fiction set during some other war that I've never read about, like, I don't know, the 100 Years' War, or something else, something also in countries that we haven't learned about, maybe, I don't know, like historical fiction set in Africa. I like books like that too. That would be nice. You know, just some variety. But the historical fiction genre is really, really oversaturated with World War II. And that's not to say that the books aren't good. Of course, there are some amazing books set in World War II, but I just want to read some of a variety. Like, I recently read a synopsis of a book about the Oregon Trail, and like, that's so cool. And that's such an interesting part of history, and a lot that an author can write about and unpack there, but it's just not a common subject. why not? Like, pick something cool. I don't know. World War II, yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, but it's been done so many times. I think other aspects and time periods of history should be given more attention. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. These are the things that if I see in a book synopsis, it makes me question, you know, do I really want to read this? So yeah, if you guys have any similar opinions or if you really don't like my opinions, let me know down in the comments. I'd like to hear what your most disliked tropes are as well. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more bookish videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!